Being in this space, I know I gotta hold my hold down. Seeing what it takes, I gotta know that I can show how. Questioning myself.
Hey, I hear there's this new blue chip. It's going to be Moon. You should bid so not to get wrecked.
You're new to this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just copy what I do. First,
Trade like eToro's top traders. Turn their experience to your advantage by automatically replicating their trading actions. eToro. Try it now.
isn't this your flaw?
Not anymore. I'm copying you.
All right.
What I really think. Being in this space, I learned to see. Research it all. I didn't research the ball.
Hello everyone, I am Paresh Masani from Token Metrics team. Today I'm going to do technical review of Blockstack project. I will be going through the technology scorecard metrics that we use at Token Metrics to validate the technology strength of the project. Please note that I'm giving an unbiased technical review about Blockstack project only for Token Metrics platform. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any decision. So let's start with the definition of a Blockstack project on their website. So Blockstack is decentralized computing network and app ecosystem. So let's go through some of the important key points that we consider at Token Metrics. First of all, does this project need to use blockchain technology? For my review, yes. Blockstack is decentralized computing platform that puts user in control of their data and identity. And they have their own blockchain called Stack blockchain. We will be looking at in detail in this video. The second thing is, can this project be realized or feasible to implement? I would say absolutely, because everything a developer needs or any regular people needs, from authentication to data storage, a decentralized way, they have everything ready and in production. So does anyone need this project? I would say yes. I think the regular people around the world will be using Blockstack ID to log in on different websites the way they are using Facebook Connect, for example, at the moment. And regarding the commonly known attacks is very important factor too. Stack's blockchain using tunable proof mechanism for leader selection and liaising hash power of other blockchain like Bitcoin blockchain, for example. And they are using the proof of burn protocol, which is a very unique way to implement a blockchain and protect from commonly known attacks. Again, we will see this a little bit in detail in this video. And regarding the white paper, I would say their white paper is very concise and yet comprehensively explains the technical details about each component of Blockstack ecosystem. All right, so guys, let's start with the important factor that we consider at Token Metrics is innovation, right? So we need to see how innovative this project is. I believe that a huge portion of the global population will be using Blockstack ID, and this will contribute to mass adoption of the blockchain technology in the future. So let's straight jump into the white paper and figure out what's unique about Blockstack and its technical architecture. So as you can see, they have 4 different layers of decentralized computing here. Stack's blockchain, Gaia storage, which is user control storage that enables application to interact with private data locals. So that is basically the user control data, right? So it's a decentralized way actually. So no one else control your data. So and the data on Gaia storage is encrypted and signed client side by users' cryptographic keys. So no one can decrypt, unless you lost your keys, of course. And Blockstack authentication protocol. This enables users to authenticate using identities that they own. Right? So we will have a look at the Blockstack ID, how it works in later this video. And the Blockstack libraries and SDKs for developers, which is a very important point they have. So let's understand little bit detail about Stacks blockchain. The Stacks blockchain provides the global consensus and coordination layer for the network and implements the native token of the Blockstack network called Stack token. So, guys, they have their own blockchain, the Stacks blockchain, and the native token to the Stacks blockchain called Stacks token, right? And these Stacks tokens are consumed as a fuel, basically, on the blockchain when users register these digital assets like universal usernames, software licenses, pointers to Gaia storage lockers, for example, right? And these Stacks tokens will also be used to pay miners for registering and executing smart contracts. So if we look at Slack's blockchain design decisions, which are the depends on this something called SIP. It is tax improvement proposals. So they have explained very little detail about all four design principle. But if you want to have a look at in very much detail what are these tax improvement proposal, I think I would go to their GitHub, and they have this SIPs in very much detail. For example, this burn election algorithm protocol, they explain very much detail. We're not going into this much detail. I will just give you a very overview about each one. Okay, so let's see. The first one is a tunable proof of mechanism for leader election, right? So what does this mean, tunable proof of mechanism? Basically, this mechanism is for leader election, right, system. So basically, when there are so many nodes competing with each other, right, to come to a common consensus, then there will be only one node, right, which will be selected by everyone else. So that's what basically this do. So in a nutshell, the tunable proof of mechanism is a leader election system that can put inputs from multiple mechanisms and adapt relative weight given to each input. Yeah, it's a heavy words. What does that mean is basically, so using this tunable proofs, Stack blockchain has combined a native proof of work algorithm, so which everyone knows, right? Like Bitcoin has the proof of work algorithm, right? So this Blockstack chain has combined this proof of work algorithm with added functionality to reuse hash power of Bitcoin blockchain. Yeah, it's a very complicated way of implementing, but I would say, it is a great way to use the hash power of other blockchain, not just blockchain, but other established blockchain, which is, protected against the common knowns problems. And the way this tunable proof work is in the future, it can be any other blockchain, like, they can move from Bitcoin to something else. So why they're doing this basically? So what happens, right? The way this algorithm works, it creates another algorithm called proof of burn mining algorithm. So because of tunable proof of mechanism, where they are using the hash power of the Bitcoin blockchain, right? Now to elect the leader, right, they are implementing the proof of burn mining algorithm. So basically the leader has to burn the other blockchain coins or token in order to qualify as a leader. So basically, more they burn, more chances they have to be selected as a leader. Like this, Blockstack manages two chains in parallel, the burn chain and stack chains. Very important concept, guys. I'm not going into very much graphical detail or in-depth detail. You can always go over this yourself. And if you want to see very much detail about this text blockchain, the Jude Nelson from Blockstack has this video. Actually, it explains in depth about Blockstack blockchain. I would highly recommend you guys to have a look at this. And the next thing I would like to mention here is the Clarity smart contracting language. Okay, so they have their own language, all right, guys, to write the smart contracts on the Stacks blockchain. Yeah, and this Clarity smart contracting language is non-Turing and interpreted. So it's not compiled, it is interpreted at runtime, basically. And the non-Turing it does not support all the standard features, I mean, not standard feature, all the features of the language, like C and C++ programming language, they are Turing complete, right? They have everything that you can imagine. But this non-Turing complete language, like for example, they don't support recursion and the lambda function, which is anonymous functions, right? And it makes sense actually. Recursion and anonymous function can be a risk while executing on the blockchain smart contract. So even though this language is non-Turing, right, it supports most of the things, most of the features required, for you to write the smart contract, basically. So let's go over this. Yeah. So guys, I want to tell you about the Stacks token. Just one detail. So the Stacks token is STX, is the native token as we see, but it is a utility token, okay, of Blockstack network, and only token currently available as a part of SEC qualified cell. Yes, guys. So this is the only token has a green light from U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. So let's have a look at the live Blockstack applications. So basically, Blockstack ID helps you to secure your data with Blockstack, and it gives you the universal login. So you can log in on any website which integrates with the Stacks blockchain, right? So you can create your ID easily by following the simple method here, like create ID. I have already created and logged in on Blockstack browser app. You can let me go over it, right? If I go to in my identity, I can see my public Blockstack ID here, and I also connected my Twitter as well here, okay, which has given me social level 1. Okay, I don't know at the moment what it means, but yeah, it was 0 before. Okay, so let's have a look at one of the live DApp on this Blockstack blockchain. So let's pick up this graphite, for example. If I click this graphite, right, and I want to, let me see, start now. And you can see, like, I have already connected to, before, so that's why it didn't ask me to authenticate. But if you see, I am directly logged in using my Blockstack ID, and also created the document on Gaia storage, which is encrypted. It's amazing, guys. So this is the live apps currently running on the Stacks blockchain. And also you can run this Blockstack browser locally, which I am doing actually. So you don't need to rely on the online browser, right? So I have installed this browser on my Mac OS, and you can see it is running on the localhost 8888 port. All right, guys, so that's about the live apps on the Stacks blockchain. Now let's go over the roadmap. I mean, I have seen the whole roadmap from starting from 2013-14 to till date, and they have been following very strictly. They have released everything they have promised with a great team on their hand. So as you know, Blockstack mainnet is live. Everything you need from authentication to data storage ready and in production. Very impressive. So now the next thing I want to see is the quality of Blockstack source code, which is absolutely important actually. Right, so you can see they have 68 repositories, and each of these repositories, they are very, very regular in commits, and very active, guys, right? So developer community is solid. Let's have a look at this two of my favorite repository, Blockstack Core, which is Stacks blockchain itself. If you want to run the full node locally, you can just clone this repository and follow developer instructions, and you can run the full node locally. And this Blockstack JS, which is JavaScript to connect or communicate with the Stack blockchain. And you can see the technology they are using is amazing. Like most of their projects are Docker, right? They're using Docker and Jenkins, and they have unit tests. This is like one of the project where I see they have like a very good coverage of unit test, and they're using this Dockerized, so they're maintaining the dependencies well, and installation on any server or any machine can be like one file run. Jenkins they're using for continuous integration and build, which is also very important for me. So you can see like they are following the best development practice and giving the attention to detail. Like even in Blockstack.js, they're using this Webpack and NPM and the all latest technology. So it's really solid when it comes to technology wise. And this dude is one of the main core developer for Blockstack core repository, and I can see that he joined very early days in GitHub, Jude Nelson, and he has been like so active. You can see, guys, and been one of the I think critical resource for Blockstack. And also, I was very surprised when I see Munib Ali. If you see, he has when he started this Blockstack project, he was also coding a lot. So he is coming from background is distributed system. Did a PhD at Princeton University, which is very impressive as well. And he used to write a code a lot, 2016, 2017, and slowly still he is doing something which is good. Just having the good source code and following the best practice is not enough. So they have this documentation as well, the solid documentation, I would say. So you can go to like any repositories and you can see they have documentation. It's very easy to follow, and if I am like totally new developer, is I can get up and running in like no time. And if you want to build, let's say, DApp on Blockstack blockchain, you can like just go here, build blockchain application, and follow this documentation. Amazing, guys, really impressive. And they have these blog sections that I wanted to go through. I can see they have been very regular writing the blog, whether it is technical or any concept related or any business. It's really good. I mean, whatever they're doing is really amazing. And this is like one of the project where I have seen the forum is so active, and their developers and everyone, like replying very actively to the community. Right, guys. So that is about GitHub and source code. Now, I want to go through the team, okay, which is the last thing I want to see, and it's very important as well, to have a great team. So the Blockstack overall team size is about 30 full-time employees. You can see here, and they got a solid team of developers, product designers, engineers, and growth experts. And some of the advisors, guys, I see they are from Princeton universities and New York University. I also, this Albert has caught my eyes as well. He was managing partner at MongoDB, Firebase, Twilio. These all are like very solid technology company, guys. And Dave Morin was co-founder and CEO of Path, and he worked at Facebook, where he co-created Facebook platform and Facebook Connect, which is amazing, guys. Overall, they have all the capabilities to implement what they're promising and change the world for good. Right, guys. So for me, to conclude this video, my overall opinion about Blockstack project is a very solid project. The developers are outstanding. Most of them are pro programmers, which gives this project outstanding score for development team. And their programming and coding style superb with regular, high quality commits into the GitHub repository. They have own blockchain, own programming language for smart contracts, own storage, decentralized storage Gaia, right? So basically, they have complete solution for the decentralized computing ecosystem. And most of their GitHub projects are Dockerized and unit tested, as we saw, right? So with continuous integration and delivery practices followed, which means their end-to-end development process is outstanding. They're giving attention to detail, and they have high quality and maintainable source code. And the last but not least, the developer documentation is amazing and detailed. It's very difficult to write documentation, that's why this is very important for me. And that's it, guys, for today. I would say love crypto, love token metrics, do your own research, and stay safe. I will see you next week with a technical review of another great project. Until then, goodbye. Take care.
Steve and Dave use eToro to invest in the financial markets. Steve does research on global investment opportunities. Dave does research on how to become a level 60 wizard. Steve follows the feed for the latest market news. Dave follows the feed for the latest cat videos. Steve has a watch list for promising investments. Dave has a watch list too. So why is Dave just as good an investor as Steve? It's because Dave used eToro's copy trader to automatically replicate Steve's trading activity. Whenever Steve makes a trade, Dave does too. Yes. Trade like a Steve with eToro, the world's leading social trading platform.